Hello, everyone. Welcome to Wingcat Sports, and it's the weekly Tigers breakdown. A decent week for the Tigers. You ended up sweeping a very, very good Giants team to start out the week. 3-1, 3-1, and 4-3. And then we go into Kansas City and win that series. Almost got the record I said I wanted to be at 40-20, but we're at 39-21. He lost a close game in game 2. That was 1-0. Scooble pitched another great game.
Yeah, I mean they had to pitch a shutout in order to beat us.
And then again today we won 1-0. So
yeah,
good game by Montero. So it was a good week. Again, you're at 39-21. The month of June is very favorable. Besides the series against the Cubs and the Twins, most teams are either near 500 or below 500. You very much can only lose 4 to maybe 3 or 4 at most 5 games next month, and be about 30 games over 500 to end the month.
Well, I think I'm finally on board. I'm finally on board with this team. I don't have my doubts have kind of been answered. I think the only thing that'll stop them is health, major injuries or anything like that. But other than that, I mean, this team is kicking ass.
Besides Jackson,
and they're doing it consistently, and they're doing it with hitting, they're doing it with pitching.
So you got Job that just went on the injured list, but outside of that, it's been a positive week injury wise. Veerling went back on the injury list too, but again, positive in the fact that it's not long term, and people are slowly coming back. But again, you have a very favorable week. You play a 4-game series against the White Sox. You could sweep the White Sox, and then you got a 3-game series against the Cubs, one of the best teams in baseball right now too. You could easily win the series, or you could lose the series. It could go either way with the Cubs. But you have a 4-game series against the White Sox. You win 4 games against the White Sox, and then 1 out of the 3 against the Cubs. That's still a good week.
Oh yeah.
But I think you might be able to sneak out a series win against the Cubs, and you could very well go
That'll be a fun series
6-1. 6-1 this week.
Is Scooble going to pitch in that series?
I probably not.
Oh,
if he does, it'd be the first game on Friday.
That would suck. I mean, another thing that I like.
Well, he might pitch at the end of the series too. I don't know. He might.
Yeah, I like I said, that's going to be a fun series to watch. I think, I don't know if we've talked about it before, but I think we finally have, after a lot of years, I can't remember the last time we had a definite starting catcher, and
Dingler
has taken that spot over. Rogers seems to be like a team player, and he's going, hey, he's a great catcher, and I'll do whatever you guys need me to do as long as we're winning. That's all that matters, and that's what I wanted to hear from him, because like I said, they gave Jake Rogers a lot of opportunities to take this job, and he's been good at times. He's a guy everyone loves in the clubhouse, but he's not that good at the plate, and Dingler has become a much more solid hitter and every bit as good as a defender. I think maybe Rogers might be a slight bit better in the defense, but I don't know.
No, looking at overall, it's been a good. You're still 6 games up overall in the Central, 2.5 in the American League, and a 1.5 games overall. That includes over the Cubs. The Cubs are right on you. So again, that series at the end of the week is actually going to be a very good series against 2 of the best teams in baseball right now. But you've given yourself that cushion. Kansas City has found themselves 8 games back, while Cleveland and Minnesota are 6 games. Minnesota 6.5. I don't know if their game's done by the time we made this video. And then sadly, you have the White Sox who are 20.5 back. And again, we're about to do a 4-game series against them. They could be about 24 to 25 games back by the end of that series. So that might not be great for them. But again, it's just they keep on playing well. There's nothing we can really say besides the fact that they just keep playing well.
I'm just curious. Looks like good. I said, when Parker Meadows comes back, is he going to add? Is he going to make this team even better, or are we going to have? Is he going to have a kind of basically you're going to have to sit because you're not good enough type thing?
We will figure it out.
Interesting. Yeah, they're going to figure. They're going to
send people down.
I think the pitching worries me more than anything else. I don't like to see Job going down. That's
injuries are going to happen.
I was reading that's a 2-month injury, even though
it says 15 days. It all depends on how bad he did it, but we'll figure it out. again, take our time. We had the pitching injuries last year. We'll see what ends up happening this year.
Right.
We've
How
been
did
plowing through injuries so far, but
I didn't get to watch the game so much. I was just listening to it on the. Montero did really well.
he did. He pitched well today.
How long did he go?
I want to say 6 innings.
Nice.
6 or 7 innings he went. I forget exactly how far he went,
Nice.
but it was 6 or 7 innings that he pitched today. No, actually it says 4.2, so that's my bad on that.
So
4.2.
it was like a
He
reliever.
got taken out in the fifth.
It was a reliever day.
Mostly.
So
But
hey,
they
it
pitched
worked
well.
out. We didn't give up a run. What the heck, man? That's awesome.
But hopefully this week we can play well. Again, you got a favorable week. Even though you play the Cubs at the end of the week, you got that 4-game series against the White Sox to kind of negate whatever happens in that Cubs series.
Right.
And kind of fix that. Again, the rest of the month is pretty easy. You play after the Cubs, you play the Orioles, who are 22-36, the Reds, who are 29-31, the Pirates, who are 22-37, the Rays, who are 30-29, the A's, who are 23-37, and then you finish the month against the Twins, who are 31-26. So again, favorable month overall. 2 series against winning teams. Otherwise, you're at below or at 500.
Yeah,
and it's very favorable. They should win most of this month. It should be a very good month going into July. By the end of this month, they're going to be in a really good spot.
I can't.
They're on too much of a roll.
It any other way. We're going to be pretty good going into the All-Star break, I think.
Probably. Who knows what we'll do at a trade deadline, but as we get closer to that, we'll figure it out. But that's about all we got. We'll end it here. Team's been doing well stat-wise. They've been doing better. If you like what you see, like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think about how the Tigers have been playing. Until next time, I'll see everybody soon.